Ladybrook Primary School is a one-form entry primary school with a nursery class. We're in the so-called leafy suburbs of Bramall, so we have 4% of the school population at pupil premium. And that's just a very, very sort of simple background, really. We adopted the PiRA and PUMA tests in response to the lockdown situation. Following the 2020 summer term lockdown, we wanted to establish a baseline as soon as possible of the academic impact of the lockdown itself. We're not a formal test-focused school by nature. Teacher assessment skills are strong, but as you'll all know, teacher assessments take time, and we really wanted to be able to work as quickly as possible to turn around any potential issues as a result of that lockdown. Local primary schools in our area were using quite a number of the RS assessments, and after long discussions we adopted the PiRA and PUMA with the intention of using them for this year. All of our children in years 1 to 6 were tested very early on in the summer term using the previous summer term's test for that year group, which gave us a baseline, and we were not surprised by some of the gaps. Some of the gaps we were expecting. We were interested to see that the year 1 children in particular performed least well. And we did consider that that was possibly because they were not used to sit-down tests as much as anything else. But it showed certain gaps which would have taken us several weeks to have established in the classroom without the tests. Most children performed just about within the range expected. But we also introduced, as a result of this, SHINE intervention, which is produced by RS Assessments. Based on the test results, we organised interventions which were then led by the teaching staff after school hours twice weekly for 10 weeks. The math sessions themselves were used as a pre-learning opportunity prior to lessons. And then all of the children, including those children who'd been taking part in the interventions, were retested just before Christmas with the autumn term test for their year group. And we were really pleased to see that most children had made at least expected progress. Now, obviously, a lot of that is going to be down to the class teaching during the autumn term. But we had maintained that broad curriculum, which I'm sure everybody else has done, because it's so important for the children. So getting that result from a test was useful, a useful indicator for us. We were able to share these results with the parents, and the plan is to reconvene these SHINE intervention again after Easter for the summer term, following retesting using the spring PiRA and PUMA tests. In terms of impact, we found that these assessments were a speedy way of creating a consistent baseline. I've always maintained, as far as formal testing is concerned, that a written test can give us the least amount of information about what a child knows, understands, and can communicate in writing. And if that is the case, it gave us quite a lot of information very quickly. We've translated the standardised scores that the tests gave us, or give us, into Key Stage 2 scaled scores, and this supports our internal tracking within the key stages, giving teachers a little bit more confidence at the time when we're trying to come back and bring all of the children back into the classroom, that they know which groups of children they particularly need to work with in a different way, perhaps. Teachers are keen to continue to use these assessments to support their own wider assessments of children, and I think given everything that we're going through as a nation, it's very important that I feel I can support my teachers in this way. The MARC software identifies weak strands for a cohort or for a class in maths and reading, and that's been very useful in supporting teachers in their planning. The software also produces reports, whole class and individual and group reports, which are very useful. and they've helped us to identify groups in particular need very quickly. They've also supported the reporting that we do with parents, and introducing reading ages and maths ages against chronological age has helped parents to understand a little bit more about their child's learning journey. So I've actually found this series of tests very useful, and I never thought I would say that, to be honest, at a time when we were very, very concerned about what we would be coming back to in terms of the academic attainment of the children. And that's it. Thank you.